Kitui, where wazazi wa Kitui wameleta noma sana wakitaka the immediate expulsion of St. Stephen Mutulukuni Secondary School principal Andrew Kwaya. The outraged parents are leveling serious allegations of gross negligence na poor leadership against the administrator. Wanadai Andrew amekuwa missing from the institution for an extended period and completely shut parents out of critical school decisions. The situation has now escalated to a crisis. The protesters have issued a stand two-day ultimatum to the Ministry of Education to intervene and resolve the dispute before the students are allowed to resume their studies. Meanwhile, Principal Andrew Kwale has fiercely defended his record, dismissing the allegations as entirely untrue. The ministry now faces an urgent clock to prevent further disruption to learning in Kiangwidhia. Check in video.
Mwalimu huyu mkuu alipukusa matroni wa shule. Sasa wanafunzi wetu ama student wetu wanalala bila matron. Ndio. Na sisi kama wazazi tunaongopa sana. Kama tunaweza maliza mwaka mzima bila kuitwa shule, kujua mambo ya shule vile mambo inaenda, tujue vile watoto wanafanya exam, tujue mikakati ya shule, tujue project za shule, hakuna kitu mwalimu anaitana.
Mwalimu amefukuza matron. Ndio. Akaenda nyumbani. Na sisi tunaongopa kama wazazi. Watoto wetu wa kike wasipate mimba.
Ndio.
Na ndio sasa tunakuja hapa shule tuondoe mwalimu kwa sababu sisi tuko na shida.
I keep on saying watu wako na audacity nje. And I keep finding a reason to always say this specific time. Watu wako na audacity. Principal, wewe unafaa kwa job nini unafanya? Huh? How do you expect the parents to react? How do you expect the school to function? Guys, tafadhali, we can play with many things but tusicheze na wanafunzi wetu, sawa? Now, for majority of us young people, buying land in a field like mlima ingine you don't want to climb. But worry not, my friends, a new partnership inaenda kutoa guesswork from hiyo story yote. Cape Media has officially teamed up with the Institution of Surveyors of Kenya to help the public navigate the often murky waters of land security and ownership. The two organizations signed a memorandum of understanding which will see Cape Media use its massive reach to educate citizens and keep them from getting scammed. Speaking at the Surveyors Conference in Mombasa, Cape Media Chief Executive Officer Njoka Mwendo alisema many Kenyans fall victim to land fraudsters simply because hawana the right information. So to tackle this, the media house imesema, actually just to tackle this video, the media house is launching a series of digital and physical campaigns designed to unmask the con artists and protect hiyo pesa umefanyia kazi. Mwenda emphasized that the media has a duty to look out for the public, and they certainly have the megaphone to do it. He noted that the company's major platforms, TV47, Radio 47, and Digital 47 are commanding a rapidly growing audience across the nation. So, if you have been dreaming of buying a plot, watch out for those platforms. Already half the work is done because uko hapo already. Check in vida.
Here, this is a time now we need also to think in terms of building a credible media platform that will be able to champion the cases that ISK stands for. So, in my view, ISK being the most credible professional body in the space of land and matters built and matters land is the most credible institution to work with. And that's why we as Cape Media want to work with you to ensure that your voices are heard. The purpose of that MOU is also to ensure that from now on, once we set things in motion, we will be having collaborated land clinics, which will be clinics where we go. We create an event in different counties where we can discuss issues of land. People can come and who have challenges on land, whether there are land disputes that can be dealt with at that point in time. We provide an avenue and experts working together collaboratively with the ISK those experts will be able to solve problems that can be solved there, and the ones that can't be solved, they can advise on the way forward.
I always wanganafurahia sana when I come and see that people are actually looking after the coming generations and also the existing one. And with this initiative, niko sure most of our futures, all of our futures at Live to Believe, are safer than they were yesterday or the day before that. And I think you understand what I mean by that. And now, nataka to move on to something where people just, we call this, I like to call this living dangerously. So I'm living life on the edge. Is fine for action movies, but residents who call Olua, Kajiado North are finding it a lot less fun. Neighbors near the 8-story building, which partially collapsed last week, wanasema wanaogopa kwenda home. Wanasema hiyo building inakaa kama a giant game of Jenga that inaweza amua kuangukia nyumba zao anytime. After sprinting for safety, residents say they've been completely ghosted by the authorities, leaving them stranded. To make matters worse, rent bado wanalipa. Wanabeg the county government to just tear the building down kwa sababu inaonekana ina tilt. Na hakuna mtu anataka kwa hapo gravity kiamua imalize hiyo job.
Saa hii tumetoka kwa maboma na ni maboma zetu, tumeenda kukondesha. Hakuna hata mtu ako na shughuli na sisi hata kujua vile tunakaa. Na kini kulikuwa sijui ni Sunday ama siku gani kukasemekana turudi kwa hizo maboma, lakini bado hatujarudi juu tunaogopa. Tunaogopa hiyo nyumba juu hata venye imekaa, kila mtu anaona hiyo nyumba inaonekana inaweza anguka. Sasa kama wakikuja waangusha hiyo manyumba tunaweza rudi, lakini kwa wakati hatuwezi rudi.
Nyumba ilikuwa na nyumba kama 5. Moja ndio ilianguka, ikaanguka pande ya barabara. Ikabakisha nyumba zingine 2 ambazo saa hii zimesimama hivi. Kwa wakati hii tunaongea hivi. Na siko mbele ya nyumba zetu, si tuko nyuma. Na hizo nyumba tunaona ni hatari kwa maisha yetu. Kwa hivyo sasa tunaambiwa turudi, na sisi hatuwezi kurudi huko kama hizo nyumba ziko hapo.
I don't know, ni watu, this is just a me question. Sijui ni watu hawana utu ama it's just business as usual. Again, unalipia rent mahali penye ukae juu unajua hii kitu inaweza kuangukia. And then the audacity of the landlord himself to actually charge for rent. Na anaona vile nyumba yake inakaa. Like, watu unalala kwa kitanda unaamka kwa kona juu nyumba yako inataka Anyways, hopefully this situation gets fixed because it's actually quite dangerous. Juu nao unaweza pata msee amejama amesema unajua mimi siwezi kuwa nalipia rent place nisilali. Na hiyo jioni anafanya nini? He's going to sleep there. Guess what happens if that building goes down? We have a whole situation again. Anyway, we move on to the next story where tensions zinaendelea kusima between herders and local residents in areas where camels are being raised. The pastoralist community in Taita Taveta County is issuing a strong call for peace and coexistence with the locals. They made the plea during a series of prayer meetings held at the Maungu Mosque in Voi constituency, led by their chairman Ahmed Gure and Sheikh Abdulaziz Nur. Led by their chairman Ahmed Gure and Sheikh Abdulaziz Nur.
Wale watu wa Gamia, mkienda mahali muishe na watu, na Gamia zikienda kwa shamba ya watu, muwe munaomba msamaha na murekebishe hiyo tabia, kwa sababu jirani yako ni muhimu sana. Huyu kitu mnyama ni mtu hakuna akili, anaweza toka angie kwa shamba ya mtu, na kiingia shamba ya mtu wajue ni kitu ambaye pengine amefanyia kazi, hiyo ni haki yake. Na pia wenye shamba pia tunaomba mkosa kama ikitokea hizo Gamia ashike aweke mpaka mwenyewe akuje, ile hasara yake atalipiwa.
Honestly, mimi napenda tu vile watu wanajituma huko nje. I know finances ni za maliza and all that, but it's all possible, guys. Now this initiative ndio inamata. And I think that's all I can say on this as we move on to the next story, where over 300 farmers just showed up for lessons on sustainable agriculture, but they hit a massive financial roadblock. Everyone wants to switch to agroecology and organic manure, but the high cost of animal feed is making natural farming inputs totally inaccessible for the average smallholder. Program officers like Morara Temo from Pelham, Kenya are calling for urgent practical interventions from the state because telling farmers to go green without funding the transition is completely useless. Unless, of course, Gava invests in cheap organic production, regenerative farming will just remain an expensive fantasy while synthetic chemicals dominate the market.
I can tell you.
We want to have a policy in agroecology. As you know, with a policy comes budgets. So once we have a policy, our farmers will feel represented. And then we want the county to have programs around agroecology so that we also don't feel left out in development in the region of Kiambu. Number two, we also want value addition to be taken very serious here in Kiambu. We have very fertile lands, farmers are producing, now they need to value add so that they can get more money in their pockets. When you see agri and then ecology, it means farming without harming the environment. So it means using organic inputs, using local seeds that even last longer, they are resistant to diseases and issues like that. So for us, we are promoting that because it has good health. The food is safe for you. Number two, when you even taste it, it's even sweeter compared with this other one.
Now, to the talk of the town, what is trending today? Yani kila mtu ameisikia. Leo tumeamka na bonge la surprise majamaa. Mafuta imeongezwa tena. Super petrol is up by 16.65 shillings. Diesel ndio imeamua kupiga surprise ya 46.29 shillings per liter, while kerosene decided to sit this one out. In Nairobi, petrol now retails at 214.25 shillings, diesel at a painful 242.92 shillings. The government says it will spend about 5 billion to soften the blow, but for many Kenyans, the real question leo ni matatu watacharge the same fare kweli? Honestly speaking, my answer to that ni definitely fare itapanda. Already imepanda. Remember what happened the other day? Ishapanda already, so now everyone is feeling it. I remember the last time it happened, I came to town and there were no cars. There were barely any cars on the road Yosiku. And I genuinely feel that this is going to make things a lot more worse. Easy rates go crazy, majama, and I think people are genuinely going to feel it, from the rich to the not rich, and honestly, tuajuaje gari ni ya petrol na gari ni ya diesel. But mimi siwezi tokana yangu kama ningekuwa na juu what easy fare hapana. Easy rates, they become a bit too much. Anyway guys, itabidi tufunge story hapa. Hopefully on Monday things will have changed. That is just me as Furaha dreaming, yeah. Anyway guys, this is the Now Report on TV47. My name is Furaha. Coming up next is TV47 at 1. And guess ni nani? Yule mse wa sauti mzito, yule jamaa anaongea hivi, yani pita kama hao. You guys take care and see you next time.